Hi, I'm Chantel Cohen, and I am here with the lovely Kimberly, and she is here to answer our questions on love and dating. And so, Kimberly, thank you so much. First of all, I just want to say thank you for being here. Kimberly has been a real trooper. She has a very busy schedule as a PR, public relations. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. Tell the audience a little bit about what you do.
Yes. So I am the principal consultant of the specialist communications firm Blue Scorpion Reputation Management. We provide public relations, marketing, digital marketing, and advertising, but we're known for our market research, our media strategy, our reputation management, and our crisis communications.
Wow. She does a lot of important things. And so I would love, it's Blue Scorpion?
Yes.
I love that, Blue Scorpion. Did you come up with that name?
I did. You know, Blue Scorpion's venom is an anti-inflammatory in the sense that those properties help other animals.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, there you go. So you're here to help us, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and at some point, Kimberly and I off camera are going to have a talk because I could definitely use Blue Scorpion services.
And we would love to be able to service your brand.
Well, I'd love that. So thank you so much, Kimberly, for being here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So answer the questions, just as naturally, anything that comes to mind. Okay. Some things will linger on a little longer, but we'll also have this go organically, and we'll just see where it takes us, you guys. So this is really, really great. So, Kimberly, I take it that, and I know this, that Kimberly is single. Are you currently involved with anyone?
No, I am not. I am single.
Okay, footloose and fancy free, huh?
Footloose and fancy free. And I've been that way for about 10 years. It's been
10 years.
It's been a very long time.
Is that by choice, 10 years?
No, it has not been by choice.
Okay.
But it is where I am at this moment. So, yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're saying that, if I'm reading between the lines, that you wouldn't mind a little love and hip hop, huh?
I wouldn't mind it. It varies by the day, but I wouldn't mind it.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Okay. So, what do you think most women want from relationships?
I can't speak for other women, but I know for myself, one of the things that I yearn for is protection.
Ooh.
Yes.
Protection. Say
Absolutely.
More.
Well, speaking from where I am, an African American woman, I have never felt protected.
Wow. I think a lot of us feel that way. Yeah. I can see the emotion in your eyes too.
Yeah. And what I mean by that, to be, perfectly clear, when I am out in public, I feel as though if it's not another Black woman that's looking after me, that there probably would not be anyone looking after me. In terms of my household and my finances, I shoulder that burden.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to relationships, the first prerequisite that I would require would be to feel protection.
Feel protection. And I want you to spell it out, because you're Mr. Right maybe watching right now. And so if you felt protection from the man that you're dating, what would he be doing?
I'm glad you asked that question, because feeling protected and knowing that you are protected can come in so many different forms. From chivalry, that is a form of feeling protected, to being able to, what I like to call, play tennis, a meeting of the minds. Sometimes you want to be able to have a conversation with someone, to be able to receive and give advice in knowing that the decisions that you make are sound decisions. That is a level of protection.
Protection that, hey, I've got this person who really is a participant in decision making, a thought partner,
Yes.
whom you trust,
Right.
to give you really great advice and to be there with you, even if the advice doesn't work.
Exactly.
They've got you anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's interesting. So the protection is it's emotional, but there are also these behaviors that come with it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I have a kid coming downstairs right now, and so you know what? We're just going to keep the camera rolling. Let's just see who it is. He's trying to sneak out. Bye, Jordan.
He's so handsome.
Oh, thank you, thank you. He is trying not to have the camera on him. He's a behind the camera kind of guy. And so back to when you feel protected, you've got somebody who's a sound decision maker, who's chivalrous,
Yes.
who maybe opens a door or says, you know, when you're like, hey, I hear a sound. Can you go downstairs? And I mean, that means everything.
Everything. It's the little things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it really matters. It really does.
It does. I really saw it in your eyes as you were talking. You in the audience may not have seen it, but I saw Kimberly's eyes well up with tears, and I knew in that moment how much it meant to you.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How important that is.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of Black women feel that way.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's looking out for us?
Right. And you know, the sad and unfortunate truth is that so many of us share the same story in that we, a large number of us may not have had fathers
Yeah.
to show how to receive that protection. And so it's never been there, or some glimmer of it has been there, but not ongoing and continuous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Consistency, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's a beautiful answer. I think, again, so many of us want to feel protected emotionally and physically.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be able, you got to lean into it, and to lean into it, that person has to know what they're doing. And so, you know, I was talking, I had an interview that you all may have seen with Keith, and, you know, just talking about what one needs in a relationship and feeling like we're seen is so important. But if we don't have those models that, you know, Keith and I were kind of talking about marriage. Is marriage something that is important? And it's interesting, when I was talking with Keith, I'm like, yeah, you know, marriage is kind of important. I'm married. I've been married for a really long time. So in some ways I may take it for granted. I think my children take it for granted because it's all they've ever known. And so in some ways it was kind of easy for me to just say, yeah, you know, okay, marriage is kind of important, but do we really need it? For some people, yes. For some people, no. But I do think for the African American community, we've really needed it to feel like that women are valued, and that you can be soft and lean into a man.
Yeah.
And that there's this guy who's there to be protective and to be the person in the relationship that you can really lean your head on and feel like he's there and he's got you. And that comes from seeing that in one's community and seeing that in one's family. So that, it really does make sense. I think maybe I'm on a roll back on what I said about marriage. I think it sounds odd, but being happy in my own marriage almost makes me feel like, is it really necessary? Because I just kind of take it for granted. Yeah. So that was a really great answer. So I won't even ask the next question. Do you believe in marriage?
Oh, absolutely.
I figured you were going to say yes.
I absolutely believe in marriage. I was married before for 2 years in my 20s. And what I've learned from that experience is that love is the foundation, but it is what you are willing to put up with. The BS and the good times is what makes it so with that particular person. So coming to that decision and having that understanding that no matter what, beyond the love, am I willing to go through this with this person?
Right.
Is
Commitment.
is what makes it stand.
Commitment. Again, it's not commitment unless it's tested. If it's easy, it's not commitment. Commitment is when you're up at night and you're not sure if this is going to work. And the only thing that's keeping it from going south is the yes to digging in and just working at it, even though it's the last thing you want to do. So, yeah, that's really the point, is to be able to grow from those times when it's hard.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people think marriage is easy, and it's not. But then it's like almost like people get discouraged because it's not easy. But gosh, how many things are easy? I mean, shoot, even like fitness is not easy. Raising kids is not easy. Your career is not easy. I don't know why people think I'm going to get married and then I could just forget about my marriage and I can focus in on all the other stuff. It's just like anything else. And so I hear you. Yeah. So your answers definitely had me a believer in marriage.